Certainly one point of evolution in the history of religious freedom in this country would be at the time of the adoption of the 14th Amendment, and then the subsequent doctrine of incorporation that was developed. How did that affect the nation's understanding of religious freedom, and what came from that change?
Sure. So before the Civil War and before the 14th Amendment, it was widely understood that the rights you have in the Bill of Rights are rights against the national government, the federal government in Washington, D.C., and they're not rights that you have against your state and local governments. When Congress wrote and the United States adopted the 14th Amendment, one of the points of that amendment was to say they were chiefly concerned with freed slaves in the South, right? The Republicans in Congress thought the southern states will be awful to the recently freed slaves unless we make federal protections, the Federal Bill of Rights, applicable so that people can speak freely, can own property, can own a gun, right? Those kinds of things they were pretty sure the southern states wouldn't allow to the recently freed slaves. So they wrote the 14th Amendment specifically to say that the rights and privileges that you have under the Bill of Rights as against the national government also apply against your state and local governments. Now, it took the Supreme Court a few generations to get that principle fully right and fully built out. But the end result is that your rights under the First Amendment and under the Bill of Rights, almost without exception, also apply against state and local governments.